there are a lot of people across the internet that have offered their opinion on
They do that on the internet,
yes,
don't they?
It seems like
It's
that's
funny.
all that happens on the internet.
I was going to say, it happens on the internet whether you ask for it or not. It is there.
Yeah, just like opinions left and right. There's probably going to be some opinions at the bottom of this video, too, in the comment section.
Be nice.
Yes, please be nice, guys and gals. All right?
Please.
But throughout the years, people have offered their opinions on Symmetra.
Yes, they have.
And so I've scoured the internet. And I would love, because I feel like it's a rarity that you get to respond to them because there's so many, right?
I mean, I do get to respond to them when they're online. Some of them I ignore for obvious reasons. But
yes, of course.
But okay, I'm so excited about this.
Yes, I decided to, I pulled a few comments and I want you to read them and offer your response to their comments.
So from Orlando108, have mained her since her original reveal trailer and have played through every iteration since 1.0. Yeah, OG. She's by far my favorite character in the game and one of my favorite characters in gaming. I mean, what am I supposed to, like, of course, thank you so much. Comments like this make the job feel not just fun and not just like, it makes it feel important. Mm-hmm. It makes it feel like something that matters.
Yeah, they said in gaming.
I know, which is crazy. But I also think this character in particular, she is so extraordinary and she represents so many things to so many people. I get it. I get why some people feel this way. I mean, think about it. She is not any one of these aspects. She is all of them.
Yeah.
She is a female. She is South Asian, South Indian, which is not often represented in terms of the Indian culture. She is on the spectrum. Mm-hmm. She is in a STEM field. She also happens to be ridiculously hot, yes, but that's not the number one thing that we know about her. Like, there are so many different things. And it's one of the things that inspires me the most about Symmetra too. This rough experience growing up. She was plucked from her family, sent off to Vishkar. They did whatever they did to her to make the arm, and all of those things happen. And on top of that, she's been dealing all her life with the challenges that she faces being on the spectrum. Mm-hmm. So she comes to this place where she has the opportunity to maybe make the world a better place, and that's what she latches onto. She decides, I'm not going to just fall prey to the things that are challenging. I'm going to use those challenges as a reason to make the world a better place. Now, whether she's aligned with the right organization or not to do that, we can have that conversation. But you can see in even all of the lore and all of the short stories and everything, you can see her leaning more and more toward, that's the goal. The goal is not to do what someone else tells her to do. The goal is to make the world a better place. Mm-hmm. That's hugely inspiring, and I love that about her. Plus, she and I also run around in high heels all the time, and I feel a kinship.
We've noticed. We saw that TikTok trend that you did with the dice.
Oh yeah!
You killed it.
Thank
slayed
you.
that. Please bring that up, editor. Please, we got to see it. That was amazing. You slayed it.
Thank you. I do have a caveat. I mean, not a caveat, but just like a clarification on that. A lot of people have looked at it and been like, how come that die only has 20s and 1s? And I will tell you why. It's from the 20-sided tavern, and it is called the Crit Master die. So when you roll either a natural 20 or a natural 1 3 times in the game, they give you that die, which only allows you to either critically succeed or critically fail. And on there are two sides. One of them that is you get completely healed, and one of them is that you die immediately. Yes, it's not a natural D20, but it is a scary die to roll.
That's crazy.
And I did do the first take I did it with that die, and I got the star, which meant I would have been full health, but we didn't have the super cool background up. We didn't have the screens up, and I was like, no, we need to see the background. So I did it twice, okay? So we can show you that video, people who don't believe that this is a thing that happened.
I can't believe you were getting criticized over that. Damn.
I wanted to be particularly clear about that so people know. Yeah.
All right, let's go to the next comment.
Oh, yes. So this one is from Lainey Moon, one of my favorite voice actors. I really hope she looks at this Reddit to know we absolutely love and adore her. She's a queen for real. You handpicked these, and I appreciate you so much because they're going to make me feel really, really good. That kind of thing right there, that's why I get up in the morning. And it's not the compliments. I get up in the morning because it can make a difference in someone else's life.
Yeah.
There are plenty of days I got no excitement for the thing that I'm doing, whatever it is, even if it sounds really cool, but somebody out there might need it. So I better get up.
Yeah.
So I better get out there. And I better make something for Lainey Moon or make something for someone else because it's going to make their day.
And that one was actually from, I don't know if you scoured the entire internet. That's from the Symmetra mains Reddit.
Oh, the Reddit. Oh, yeah. I don't really go on there very often, but I know that I know that it exists.
They reposted your that video of you rolling the dice. So.
Oh,
and that was a comment on that.
Gotcha.
Yes.
All right. Oh, wow. That's very sweet. And I love the fact that it wasn't about high heels or die rolling, and it was about that. So thank you, Lainey Moon. So sweet. Okay, swipe. I really like, this is from Lame Duck 7569. I really like Sim and find her very fun to play. She's one of my most played heroes. Awesome. But my issue is her perks and damage. Beside the additional turret, all her other perks are useless, and her orb does too little damage. Interesting. Appreciate the critique. Here's what I think. I love that so much of what she does, it doesn't feel like a standard damage character or even a standard defense character. I feel like she's got both going for her. And when that wall goes up, I mean, I've talked to people at conventions who are like, as soon as I hear your ultimate, I get so scared or I get so worried because XYZ, I know I'm not going to be able to do this or I'm not going to be able to do that. And I think that having that power, which isn't a bunch of small skills, but that one big one that works really well when you really need it, I think that's really cool. And I know she's gone through all the iterations and stuff, and I do miss the danger noodle, the auto lock, because that's when I could actually hit things. But I think I say this a lot to people. Well, no, this wouldn't apply to this person because I feel like they have made the effort. Here's what I will say. The Overwatch devs and the people who continue to run that game listen. They may not seem like they are listening to individual people, but they do listen very much to the overarching opinions and do their best to continue balancing the game so that it continues to make people feel like they are having the experience they want to have. So this is absolutely valid critique, valid thing to put out there. Totally get it. Thank you for sharing that. Drift Queen CL. I always play as Symmetra. She is fun, but sometimes the enemy team ban my Symmetra. I was forced to play other DPS characters. She's definitely my favorite DPS of all time. Yes, so let's have a conversation about this banning business that I only became familiar with when people started telling me it was happening and frustrated with it. I understand my beloved Carolina, the same thing happens a lot to Sombra. And I don't like it. Tell me why they do that.
Both of those characters,
I know. So tell me why this happens, in your opinion. Why the banning? Like, I sort of understand what the banning is supposed to do, but I sort of don't.
It's if you want to know the truth, I think it's just a lack of skills.
Okay.
Some people they feel like this particular character is a little bit too OP. I mean, like you might remember way back in the day that Symmetra used to have 2 ults, and which just made people, or you're going to see it in the other comments, like playing as Symmetra, it's a bit of a cakewalk, but if you're having to go up against the Symmetra, it's like, oh damn it, this game feels like it's like taking like 10 hours to get through.
I gotcha. So for people who don't feel like they can handle Symmetra, this is something they can do.
Yeah. So it's like a skill-based thing. It's like going up a Symmetra. It's like, oh, damn.
I can neither condone or deny the value of this because I don't know enough about it.
Yeah.
I just hate the idea that she can potentially get banned and that people can't play her because I love her.
Yeah. I think it's just terrible. I don't like banning heroes in games. I don't like banning characters in games.
I also don't like banning players. I'm not banning players, but I don't like keeping players from having the experience that they want to have. I guess the other side of that argument would be, well, for some people, they don't get to have the experience if they're playing against a character that they don't feel like they can handle because they're just going to die right away. So I don't know how I feel about it. I'm not exactly Switzerland on this. I'm not exactly neutral on it, but it's how the game is now. Es Bahamondes. She's just not a fun hero to play. I don't feel any excitement playing her. Here is the awesome news. There are 42 other characters you can play?
Yes.
That's what's, again, so cool about this game, about games like Apex, about all these games that offer you so many playable heroes that have so many different things. If you don't identify with one, there are a bunch of other ones that you can play, and I love that about it. So that's cool. You know, you do you. I'm okay with that.
Just find your hero.
That's right. And also, don't waste time talking about what you don't like. Find the thing you do like and then celebrate that. Yeah. Daniel Orlovaquin. Sim clearing the enemy team with just her aura. Yes, she can. Yes, she can clear the enemy team with just her aura. True. We all know this now. It is canon. Jacob Goodell. Symmetra deserves all the hate she gets. I'm tired of walking around a corner and dying in 1 second to that f***ing beam of death. Wow, strong opinions here.
Skill issue.
Well, I don't even know if it's a skill issue. Just play her instead of playing against her. I feel like that's an easy
there you
solve,
go.
right? You won't walk into the beam of death if you're on the other end of it.
Delivering the beam of death.
Just play her. Trust me, you'll love delivering the effing beam of death. That feels awesome. Panculo. I like this name. Damn, I love Anjali Bhimani. She's always great in everything, even in interviews. Oh, well, I hope this one continues that trend for you. What a sweet, sweet thing to say. Oh, there's more. Nekoishi, as someone who is maining Sim, yeah, playing her feels like watching an oddly satisfying video, while the enemy feels like they are forced to watch 10 hours of Baby Shark. That is amazing. That is precisely what I'm talking about. Play as her. Don't play against her, and then you won't have this problem, and then you won't feel like you just watched 10 hours of Baby Shark.
Yeah, you'll feel like Daddy
no
Shark.
judging. I'm sure some people love that.
Yeah.
I'm not one of them, but 10 hours seems like a lot. Ready Player Maddie 7513. She literally insults you when she gets a kill. That's what I hate about her the most. Oh, baby. So here's the thing. Well, a few things. I don't really think of a lot of the things that she's saying as insults so much as her being direct and potentially a manifestation of how direct she is, whether she's a no-nonsense person, whether that is one of the manifestations of her being on the spectrum and not necessarily understanding social cues, whatever it is. Let me educate you about the archetype of the Indian auntie, which is kind of what some of Symmetra is based on for me, because Indian aunties will level you in a second with one look or one line. And so many of her lines they sound like my aunties could have said them. Not my aunties are cool, but like an auntie could have said them. Like when they came out with that line, let us discuss your failures. Oh no, auntie, I'm so sorry, I didn't become a doctor. Like that's what that feels like. But if an auntie were saying that to me, and we're saying, let us discuss your failures, there's a 50-50 chance that she's saying, let's discuss them so they don't happen. It's a 50-50 chance that is a loving thing, or she's just gonna rake you over the coals. You know, that's just something to think about. But also, I get it. Like, when I'm playing as Symmetra and I hear her lines, I feel like she's yelling at me because I'm so bad at the game. So I get it. It's not for everyone. Definitely not for everyone. Oh, that's the last one.
That was the last
We're
one.
gonna end on that?
Well, I didn't organize these.
That's fine. I get it.
switch that
Akeem,
up.
you are not meant for greatness. No, but you were meant for greatness.
We can discuss my failures, and
No, let us not
failed
discuss
with
your
this
failures.
last one.
You are perfection, exquisite.
So sorry.
As she would say.
But no, yeah, that was great. I think it's good. I guess like the voice actors or actors in general to kind of like talk back to the fans, you know, and they get that shout out too. Even if it's like something that might be a little bit negative, I think it's like
At least they get heard.
Yeah, exactly.
And I feel like that's 90% of the reason that people comment on things on the internet is to feel the power of their own voice. I also feel like, and this is something I said this at Overwatch League on International Women's Day. Like it's incumbent upon all of us now, because our voices are heard so much more as individuals than they ever have been with social media and with the internet. It is incumbent upon all of us to be a role model for other people.
Yeah.
Because someone's going to see what you said, and it's going to make them feel a certain way, one way or the other. And you have a choice whether to break someone down with that or to build someone up with that, or inspire conversation about something in a productive way versus shutting down conversation in a completely insulting or negative way. And so I don't want to say I like it. I am intrigued when people write particularly nasty stuff on the internet or to me, which I usually don't remember because I guess I just kind of like don't pay as much attention to it. It's intriguing to me because there's a part of me that's like, I wonder what they want from this. Do they just want to be heard? Do they want me to respond and let them know that there's a human being on the other side of this computer that may or may not have been hurt by what they said? I'm not entirely sure. And I don't spend a lot of time on it because I'm like, well, that's a thing that would make me feel bad, and I got other people who need me, and other things I have to do to make the world happier or whatever I'm doing on that given day. So if it makes people feel better to say it.
Right, yeah. If it makes you feel better to speak negatively about someone, then so have fun. But I'm right there with you, though.
I just feel like it's such a waste of people's
it is.
power.
Yeah.
It's such a waste of people's power. I mean, if it's something where you are speaking against injustice or we have different ways of understanding how social policy should be, even that, I want people to have constructive conversation about what they disagree with. I don't want people just yelling at each other and saying awful things. That doesn't get us anywhere.
Yeah.
There's so many better ways for us to use our power than railing against each other like we were railing against the gods.
Yeah.
And so I'm very careful. Also, our most precious resource in our lives, it's not money, it's energy. It is your energy and your time and your focus, where you put that. And if you spend all of that valuable resource on those things, then you don't get the chance to spend it on things that might fill you up.
Yeah.
You've used some of it up. There's so many cooler ways to do it. Just go get a puppy. Like, that's a greater way to do it. You know what I mean?
It's always fascinating to me because like what you do and what I do, what other people, I feel like we're inherently trying to bring joy to people.
Yes.
Through the work that we're creating.
Yes.
We're trying to bring joy to them.
And whether it's joy or spurring on conversation or wonder or whatever it is. Because look, some of the stuff I've done is extremely dramatic, and I know it's not going to bring someone joy, but it might give them the catharsis that they need in their life to then prepare them for joy. But we're doing something that we feel is of some kind of service.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.